Let's welcome our teacher, our principal, Mr. Ahmad Nurani.
People picture a school leader and they imagine someone behind a big desk, signing forms, running meetings, managing budgets. And yes, I do all of that. But that's not leadership. That's administration. Leadership, real leadership, happens in a corridor at 7:30 in the morning when a 14 years old is sitting on the floor outside my office, not ready to face the day. And the most important thing I can do in that moment has nothing to do with a spreadsheet. We have a leadership crisis in education, but not the one you are thinking of. It is not a shortage of people willing to sit in the principal's chair. It is a shortage of people willing to lead from the heart of school, not just the head of it. For decades, we have borrowed leadership models from businesses: efficiency, KPI, metrics, outcomes. And while those things matter, they were never designed for places where the product is human being still figuring out who they are. In my years as a principal, I've come to believe great educational leadership rests on three things most leadership books won't tell you. First, lead with presence. Be visible, accessible, and genuinely interested, not just in results, but in people. Your presence sends a message your policies never can. Second, protect the brave. Shield teachers who try bold things. Protect students who speak uncomfortable truths. Culture is built by what you defend, not what you are declaring. Grow, and the third, grow others first. The best thing a school leader can do is make themselves less necessary by building leaders in every classroom, every corridor, and in every student. 3 years into my role as principal, I was proud. Tests were scored up. Student enrollment was climbing. My school was being celebrated at regency level, even in province level. I thought I was leading well. Then one of my most experienced teachers resigned. In her letter, she wrote, "This school has become excellent at performing success. I joined to help children actually experience it." I read that sentence 10 times. Then I went home and read it 10 more because she was right. I had been so focused on leading outcomes that I had stopped leading people. That resignation was the most important piece of feedback I ever received, and it cost me my best teacher to hear it. I resolved never to be so busy chasing excellence that I stopped listening to it. Schools don't need more managers. They have enough of those. What they need are leaders who understand that authority is not the same as influence, that compliance is not the same as commitment, and that a quiet school is not always a good school. They need leaders who are willing to say, "I was wrong," in front of audience, a lot of people, in front of staff, who celebrates a teacher's creative failure as loudly as a student's exam success, who know that the most strategic thing they can do on any given Tuesday, spend 20 minutes listening, really listening, to someone who rarely gets heard. Every morning, I walk into building full of people who are doing one of the most hardest, most important jobs in the world, shaping the next generation. They deserve a leader who sees them, who backs them, who leads alongside them, not above them. If you are a school leader or aspire to be one, I want to leave you with this. Your title opens the door, but your character is what fills the room. Lead with that, lead from that, and watch what your school becomes. Thank you.